Hello, my name is Faith, and this presentation will reflect on my placement experience at Satori Studio. I'm also ill, so if I cough or sneeze during the presentation, sorry. Satori Studio is a London-based multidisciplinary creative studio that combines design, entertainment, and emerging technologies to create immersive experiences. During my placement, I worked as a small part of a development team, creating a puzzle-based game inspired by Satori Studio's previous project, Unique. My role involved level design, environment creation, blueprint implementation, testing, and collaborating with other team members using Unreal Engine 5.7. In this presentation, I'll discuss what I learned, the challenges I faced, and how this experience has influenced my future career development. During my placement, I contributed to the development of a puzzle-based game built in Unreal 5.7. One of my main responsibilities was level design, where I created and assembled multiple maze environments using assets from existing environment packs. To create ensure accurate scaling, I first recreated maze layouts in Blender before importing them into Unreal Engine and building the final levels. I also worked with Unreal Engine blueprints to implement gameplay mechanics, including automatic doors, collision-triggered events, and progression systems. One mechanic I developed required players to return through the maze and interact with a rose before unlocking the exit to the next level. Alongside development work, I was involved in testing, troubleshooting, and integrating files into the main project. This included resolving issues caused by project merging, asset integration, and Unreal Engine version updates. Throughout the placements, I worked closely with Marissa to divide tasks, solve technical problems, and ensure the project continued progressing towards its intended vision. There's a very common theory game designers need to learn in order to create any sort of game. One way I connected academic theory to practical work during my placement was through the MDA framework, which stands for Mechanics, Dynamics, and Aesthetics. This framework explains how game mechanics influence player behavior and ultimately create an emotional experience. During the placement, I created several mechanics using Unreal Engine blueprints, including automatic doors, collision triggers, environmental changes, and an interactive rows that players need to activate in order to progress. These mechanics encourage players to explore the maze, backtrack through previously visited areas, and interact with their surroundings. The aesthetic goal was to create a sense of mystery and unease through environmental storytelling. For example, when players completed part of the maze, the foliage disappeared and the sky color changed, making the hub area feel lifeless and different from before. Applying this theory in a real project helped me understand how technical decisions directly affect the player's experience. Throughout the placement, I encountered several challenges that required both technical and creative problem solving. One of the biggest challenges was my limited knowledge of Unreal Engine blueprints. Although I had previous experience with Unreal Engine, I had not worked extensively with blueprint scripting before. To overcome this, I spent time experimenting with small projects and researching tutorials before applying what I learned to the main game. Another challenge involved project integration and file management. Large Unreal Engine files often took a long time to download, unzip, and merge, which sometimes slowed development. In some cases, assets and level changes did not transfer correctly and needed to be fixed manually. These issues were resolved through testing, collaboration, and communication with my teammates and supervisors. These experiences taught me the importance of adaptability, patience, and problem-solving within a professional game development environment. One of the biggest things I gained from this placement was a better understanding of my strengths, weaknesses, and the skills needed to work in the games and creative technology industries. One of my main strengths was my willingness to learn and adapt. Through the placement, I was regularly faced with new challenges, particularly when working with the Unreal Engine blueprints and project integration. Rather than avoiding these tasks, I spent time experimenting, researching solutions, and applying what I learned to the project. For example, I developed an interactive door system, collision-triggered events, and gameplay mechanics that were later implemented into the final game. I also developed my communication and teamwork skills by working closely with Marissa to divide tasks, solve problems, and merge our work into a shared Unreal Engine project. At the same time, the placement highlighted areas where I still need to improve. While I was confident in the environment, art, and level design, I realized that my technical blueprint knowledge was not as strong as I initially thought. I also learned the importance of optimization and efficient project management, especially when dealing with large Unreal Engine files and technical issues during merging. Through observing professionals at Satori Studio, I gained insight into a range of career opportunities, including environmental art, technical art, Unreal Engine development, and creative technology roles. These careers require a combination of technical knowledge, creativity, problem-solving skills, and effective communication. This experience has helped me identify these skills I need to continue developing and has given me a clear understanding of the types of career I would like to pursue in the future. To conclude, this placement has given me valuable insight into both the creative and technical aspects of game development. It has helped me identify areas where I'm confident, such as environment art, level design, and teamwork, while also highlighting areas that I would like to continue improving, particularly blueprint scripting and technical workflows. Moving forward, I plan to continue working on personal game development projects to further develop my practical skills and gain more experience creating complete gameplay experiences. I also want to build a stronger 3D modeling portfolio that showcases my environmental art and asset creation skills. In addition, I'd like to expand my technical knowledge by learning how to integrate 3D models and assets into other game engines such as Unity, as well as improve my understanding of cross-platform workflows used within the industry. Overall, this placement has strengthened my confidence, developed my professional skills, and provided a clearer direction for my future career within the games and creative technology industries.